what's the tea?
That is what we're about to read. What's good, everybody? It's your main girls, Mel
And Amanda.
and we're gonna go through your Curlsmith Curlfessions. Without further ado, let's get into it and take a sip. Cheers. This one is from user 1879. I'm just kidding. We're gonna keep you anonymous. Don't worry, but there are no judgments here. It's just girl talk. I don't wear a bonnet.
Dun, dun, dun.
I mean, no one's perfect, right? I just want to know how you're refreshing in the morning and what your breakage situation is like, because the reason why we like to wear bonnets at night, or at least protect our hair in some way with a silky satiny fabric, is not to rough up and frizz up our hair.
And I get it, bonnets aren't for everyone. There are other things you can do to protect your hair at night, like sleeping on a silk pillowcase.
Absolutely. Okay, let's get juicy.
I never know how to have a routine for my hair. I end up washing it every other day or every other week.
Washing your hair every other day can be okay if that's something that you need to be doing for your scalp care. But if you're only doing that because you otherwise can't figure out how to work with your hair, then we have a problem. I think you just need to keep your routine simple. Something I suggest to people is just the basics. Before complicating things, stick to what you know. Shampoo, condition, use a leave-in, and a gel. If you're not using gel, well, I think we can tell. That might be why you are struggling and having to rewash your hair so frequently. And actually, one of my favorite gels is the Curlsmith Shape Up Aqua Gel, because it is perfectly balanced with some proteins while still being moisturizing. It's a really nice liquidy consistency, so it's super easy to work with, even for beginners on your curly hair journey. I dry brush my curls before washing them. Now, we're not going to say that you can't do this, but for curly hair and hair that is dry, that has a lower elasticity and is more prone to breakage, you should always have some sort of protective slip product on your hair anytime you're detangling.
And I have a solution for you to make sure you're doing things properly. If I'm ever detangling before I wash my hair, it's probably because I'm doing a pre-poo treatment. Like the Rehab Salve, this is a great treatment that you can use to help strengthen your hair and also provides a lot of great slip, which can help you detangle before shampooing.
All while repairing and protecting your hair from the mechanical damage that we could be experiencing while dry brushing. So if you're gonna do so, I'd rather you do it safely.
Hey, whoa, I want to read the next one. You read that one already.
Okay.
Sometimes I just rip my tangles. I need help, LOL.
I do pick at my hair as well, and I feel like the best thing that we can do is gently put our hair up in a cute style, like with a silk scrunchie, or just keep your hair in a bonnet if you're not doing anything and you're home, so that you do not pick at your hair, especially if it's a nervous habit like I also have. Don't worry, I've been there. Sometimes I leave in my deep conditioner overnight, sometimes for days.
Days?
Days? No
Not
way.
for days.
No way. Unless it is a leave-in product, you should be rinsing it out. Some conditioners can be left in, like the Curlsmith 3-in-1 multitasking conditioner. It can be used as both a deep conditioner, a rinse-out conditioner, or a leave-in conditioner. So we love it for that.
I love a multi-purpose product. But really make sure you're paying attention to the labels on your products. If it doesn't say that you can leave it in,
you shouldn't, because there's likely ingredients in there that can cause irritation on your skin if left on for too long. But as for your hair, it's just drowning in there.
oh my gosh.
Especially if your hair is wet overnight. This is definitely something I would avoid doing.
Moving on to the next Curlfession, we have someone admitting that they bleached their curly hair.
I mean, I think we've all been there. I know you may find this hard to believe, but this blonde that you see was not done naturally by the sun, which, I mean, is also damaging if your hair is lightening in the sun. That's just your cuticle and your melanin degrading, but I digress. There is a safe way to bleach and lighten your hair by going to a trusted professional and maintaining your hair after your color, especially for your washes right after your color service. I always recommend doing a pre-shampoo treatment like the Rehab Salve to repair and protect your hair from the shower, which could also wash away your color and your toner and leave you with brassy looking strands, but also just to prevent any sort of breakage and keep the elasticity and the strength of your hair in check.
So bleach away, just do it responsibly.
You're sounding like me! It's a lot of high
All
fives
I do
happening
is listen
here.
to your voice, so.
Well, let's listen to our next Curlfession. Sometimes I don't use heat protectant when I flat iron. Not when you flat iron. Listen, I kind of understand when you are diffusing if you're not using a heat protectant, especially if you are doing the hover diffuse with a consistent motion and only using like medium to low heat, because you don't have to worry about heat damage in that case. But a flat iron directly pressing your hair,
You know better.
it's like you don't care. It's okay.
It's okay.
Just please don't do that to me.
And make sure you're doing treatment afterwards.
Precisely.
I have loads of straight bits and it's killing me.
Now that's not only a Curlfession, but I feel like that's confidence depression. I'm sorry, that just rhymed. But anyways, listen to me when I say that everyone has those bad wonky hair days where there's sometimes a curl, like I've got a couple.
I always have some right here at the front of my face.
They don't always want to cooperate.
Yeah.
But one of the best things that you can do to help with styling is kind of spot treating. I like to use my finger like a curling wand, and I'll take whatever strand is straight and I will curl it around, or you can finger coil or you can finger roll, pin the hair to dry, and that way you can have a much more cohesive style, and then those bits won't bother you as much.
Another tip that really helped me during my healthy hair journey is making sure that I'm using proteins in my routine. Now, everybody can use a certain level or certain amount of protein, so that all depends on your hair type, but making sure that I was including at least one product in my routine that included protein in it really helped me, and the bounce that it gave into my hair.
I hate conditioning my hair, and I rarely do it.
Conditioning?
Like deep conditioning, because relatable, but just conditioning? I have questions, like how do you detangle?
Also, what does your hair feel like?
If you have super healthy hair, I mean, even then, even if you have low porosity hair, if you're shampooing, you should always be conditioning. I hope you find help soon. I like box dyeing my hair because it makes my waves curlier. This one almost has a scientific explanation that I think scientists are still trying to figure out.
Really?
I myself have been looking for an answer as to why this phenomenon happens. Sometimes when we damage the hair through coloring and bleaching, it makes the curls curlier. And my theory is because it is drying up the hair and it is opening up the porosity, allowing more moisture to pass in and out of the hair, and the curls almost coil up because of it. Part of the reason why box dye especially can make your hair feel really dry is because when you're picking up color off of the shelf, it is already in a pre-made mix, not customized to your hair, and is often using the highest form of developer or one that may not be suited for your hair. But as long as you do everything that you can to repair by including protein strengthening treatments as well as bond repairing treatments in your hair routine, I am not going to be judging you for using box dye on your hair, and that's coming from a stylist because I get it. Sometimes we just want to color our hair if it's going to make us feel good. There's always a proper way that you can do things to not be as damaging. Okay, that's for you. I'm going to sip while you do.
I have never deep cleaned my hairbrush.
Oh, no. When it comes to your tools, you don't have to do too much to clean unless you let it get really bad, and then you have to do a complete deep clean, disinfecting, or just replacing. But if you just take the hairs out of your brush and rinse it, or even using shampoo on your brush after each use, that deep clean will never have to be necessary because you're always maintaining.
Tell me more, tell me more, tell me more.
Okay. I can't bring myself to do the big chop, so the top half of my hair looks so good and the bottom half looks bad.
I also have been there. When I was on my healthy hair journey, which I still am on, I didn't want to chop off most of my hair.
As long as you are trimming your hair regularly, you're still taking care of your hair while going at your own pace on your journey and not doing anything that's going to take you out of your comfort zone. A lot of people don't feel comfortable with cutting their hair short, and so regular trims as well as using your treatments that are going to be bond strengthening and repairing. For example, the Bond Curl Rehab Salve can repair 3 types of bonds that are in your hair, such as the hydrogen bonds, the salt bonds, as well as the disulfide bonds. So it really targets all the parts of your hair that contribute to the strength and the curl pattern. And we have personally seen it on our curl friends, including Purple Pat.
Purple Pat.
Bring those curls right back, even after doing some pretty damaging things. So
She survives. You can survive too.
you can too. Oh, you'll almost find this one relatable.
I only trimmed my hair once last year.
I think you did it twice.
I think I did it twice.
I think I did it twice for you last year.
Yes.
which honestly, you do want to be consistent with your trimming, but the less you do to your hair, the less you have to maintain it. So if you're really simple with your routine and you're not doing anything crazy, you're not color treating, you don't do a lot of like crazy manipulating when you're styling,
Don't feel so guilty.
then your hair, your hair's probably relatively healthy. And the less you do to your hair, the less split ends you will have. So, if you don't have to, then you don't have to.
I rarely ever get split ends, and if I do, they're very minor. And that's because I apply hair oil at least once a day, sometimes even twice a day to my hair, which is protecting it, it's coating it, it's making it look shiny. I really love using Curlsmith's bonding oil for this because it's enriched with proteins and it smells so good. So it's a great way to refresh my hair in the morning, add some shine, some great smells in it, and protect it.
Cheers to that.
Yes.
Okay, I use a regular towel on my hair. Now, I'm a strong believer that you should work with what you got, and if you're using a regular towel, just make sure that you're using it very gently, because the reason why a regular towel is damaging is because of the way that the fibers are on the towel. Terry cloth tends to snag on your curls and can cause breakage and of course a lot more frizz. But if you're being very gentle and just jabbing, sure. Or just use a t-shirt.
Yeah, you don't need to buy, just use a t-shirt. Use what you got. I definitely go 2 weeks plus without washing my hair.
Now, I want to know what that does for your scalp care. It's not the hair that always needs to be washed, but if your scalp is telling you to wash, then you really shouldn't be pushing that so long. I would say that the max you should go would be 2 weeks because everyone is different.
Yeah.
And if your hair doesn't produce a lot of oils, then you don't necessarily have to be washing that frequently, but you do want to make sure that you are removing buildup and dirt and product and everything else that our hair soaks up from the environment, just to keep your scalp's environment healthy as well. This one makes me sad. I dry brush my hair every day because I'm a gymnast and it has to be in a tight bun.
Why does it have to be in a tight bun?
There's a lot of people that have to put their hair in these tight buns for work, and unfortunately this is stressful to your scalp, but it's also stressful to your strands. Even if you're not using heat, by constantly pulling out the curl, you are in a way training it to sit in that style. So anytime that you can, I would let your hair be free. Definitely release it after your gymnastics. And the Bouncy Rehab Salve will really help for bringing the curls back on your wash day as well. So if you haven't tried that in your routine, I would consider picking it up because it's really good for fine, medium, or coarse hair textures. And the results, every time we use it, have been amazing.
I never have volume no matter how many layers I get and styling techniques I do.
Anytime you're struggling with volume, look at the beginning of your routine and how you are washing, because a good clarifying will definitely make sure that you're removing any sort of buildup that's on your hair, and then go in with really light products. The Curlsmith Strength Recipe has the Feather Light Protein Cream. That's going to be a really good one, especially if your hair is fine and fragile.
Oh, and I also really love the Bouncy Strength Volume Foam. That's a really nice product to add volume to your hair. Again, it's very lightweight with a soft hold, and it'll give you that volume and strengthening that you're looking for.
If these products work really well for you, make sure you comment it in the comment section below.
Let us know your hair type and what your favorite products are. That way it makes it easier for all of us to understand what would work well for our hair type.
This curly hair space definitely is a community, and I really feel like Curlsmith brings together this community as well.
Enough so that you trusted them enough with your Curlfessions, which thank you so much for sharing them with us. We had a really great time today.
Again, no judgments here.
No judgments.
Just fun and tea.
We all have Curlfessions, and it's time that we share what ours are too.
If you want to know our Curlfessions and our dirty little hair secrets, make sure you stay tuned and watch our video that will be on our YouTube channel at Mains by Mel.
Thank you to Curlsmith for setting this whole thing up.
And thank you so much for watching. Until next time,
Peace.